Hey, what's going on, guys? Brian here, Brian's Lawn Maintenance. Hope you guys are doing well. We're actually down here at Tampa, Florida at the 2022 Green Industry Hype House, brought to you by the LAWNTREPRENEUR Academy and the Hardscape Academy. We're actually joined here with Jason Creel. How we doing, brother?
Good, Brian. Thanks for having me on the show.
Absolutely. Well, we're gonna do this rapid fire. I got two questions that I've been asking everybody here at the house, Jason. The really simple questions are, what is one thing that you did right out of the gate with your lawn care business, and then what's one thing you did wrong or wish you maybe would have done a little bit different?
I got the wrong.
There you go.
Can I go wrong?
Wrong first. Let's do it.
I'm going to talk about wrong stuff and then I'll think about right. Okay, wrong. I was fortunate in some ways. Like fortunate and unfortunate. I had like 15 really bad jobs before I started a lawn business. And that helps you in some ways, it hurts you in some ways. So when I started a lawn business, like within the first year, I remember I landed this neighborhood entranceway. It was a little over $1,000 a month, 12 months out of the year, and I was doing everything solo, in and out. Probably 2 hours. I could be in and out, and I'm saying $1,000 a month. That was like some of my previous jobs basically paid that. So, and then the builder, it was in a neighborhood, they were still building a lot of houses. I probably had 20 houses in there that were vacant, little bitty small houses. And he got me to start mowing all those houses. He didn't even want them edged. He's like mowing, weeding. I was going from backyard to backyard just across all. Anyway, I was making more money by lunchtime. It's like I could make $400 or $500 by lunch, and I was saying that was a good week for pretty much my entire adult life. So, I would say what I did right. I'm trying to think how to couch that, but I think I got a taste of lawn business. I found out it was a fit for me, and I was extremely motivated that I was like, this is way better than anything I've ever done before, and so I'm going to do it. Okay, now, that was right or wrong? That was actually wrong. This is wrong. I'm talking about what I'm doing wrong. Okay. So the wrong thing was, okay, here's what's wrong. Because I was used to making literally, minimum wage with a college degree, nonetheless. When you start making like that, which is not like get rich money by any means, but I got really comfortable, and I think I underpriced myself for like the next 8 straight years, because it was like I was out there mowing $35 yards and $35 yards and $35 yards, and because it was like, wow, this is way more than I've ever got before. And I was wage. So I got comfortable with underpriced yards, and that I think that really cost me in the long run. Looking back, I left a lot of money on the table. Okay, so one thing you got right, just to summarize, was you got some good customers, some good paying accounts, and you went for it. Frankly, you went for it. Started your business. So if you guys are maybe on the fence, we've all been there. Go for it, man. Check it out. Try it. And then one thing that you did wrong was you didn't bring your prices up accordingly, maybe as you got more business acumen under your belt, kind of? Yeah, I think so. But you talk about the whip for it. Like, I've never been one that, I've started 3 lawn businesses, started another separate business that I failed at, but every time I didn't necessarily creep in. I was just like, I'm going to start a lawn business, and so I'm going to buy all the equipment next week. I'm going out there. I don't, there's no plan B. Yep. And I think that's actually better, because it puts pressure on you to, if you're kind of just like easing in and when am I going to make the jump and all that, you drag it out for 3 years, and I'm like, if you'll just go suicide dive off there into it, worst thing happens is you crash and burn and you have to start something else, but you don't drag it out. So I think that's actually good. I like it. Where can people find you, brother? Lawn Care Life on YouTube, my website lawncarelife.com, and Instagram, The Lawn Care Life. So I primarily do videos on YouTube. Awesome. We'll leave Jason's channel and the link or whatnot, in the description down below. You guys can follow all things Jason. Great guy, great individual. He's kind of one of my go-tos that I point a lot of folks to for turf treatments and fertilizer, especially for folks down south. So Jason's got a lot of great things going on. Check him out. But we got round 2 coming up here in just a hot second. I think we got B&B Lawn Care on deck. So let's go hear what he's got to suggest and say as he started his business, the right things he did and the wrong things he did. Hang tight, we'll come right on back. All right, guys, and we are back. So we're down here at the 2022 Green Industry Hype House, brought to you by LAWNTREPRENEUR Academy and the Hardscape Academy. We've got a familiar face joining us over here. We got none other than Blake Albertson with B&B Lawn Care. Hey, how you doing, bud?
Doing good, man. man.
Awesome, man. Well, we're here to rock and roll. We're just kind of doing a bullet point round, just kind of rapid fire, enjoying the time that we got down here in Tampa, Florida. So one thing that a lot of folks are starting their lawn care business this year, a lot of folks are deciding to go all in or make the decision to start a lawn landscape company. So here's my really simple question, 2 parts. What's the one thing you did right out of the gate with your lawn care business?
Yep.
And then what's the one thing that you maybe didn't do the best, that if you could go over and do it all over again, what would you change? What would you do different?
All right. One thing I did right, I believe that I built a solid foundation for my business.
Okay.
And what I mean, I was young, I was living at home, I didn't have any like real responsibilities, no real bills, so I put everything that I made into my business. Basically, like when I had the $1,600 for a new trailer, I depleted my savings and bought that trailer.
Sure.
And now it's in my arsenal, it's still there, right?
Yep.
So like it just pays dividends ever since I invested in equipment. And I'm not telling people to go drain your savings, but I'm just telling you that like I put everything in my business.
Sure.
To get it off and up and running, and now I don't have to do that anymore.
Sure.
You know, like it's not like we're just depleting our savings every couple months to buy new equipment, because that equipment's already there.
Okay.
I believe I did that right, correctly. I think you can do it different ways. I think there's maybe some better ways if you're a little older, you have a family, a house, like
Yeah.
you can't do that, right? You have to be a little bit safer and maybe utilize debt and things like that.
So reinvesting as much as you can, as long as you can. That's kind of what I heard. Or maybe as quickly as you can.
Yeah. I mean, like you got to kind of feed the beast, and later it will feed you.
I like it. The goose that lays the golden egg. Is that the old one?
Yeah, I think so.
I like that. All right. So you did a really good job at that. 16 to 21, 22, living at home and whatnot.
Yeah, like I could have went and bought junk and crap and whatever the cool new technology or like whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or
cool
cool
iPhones
clothes or yeah, and I just didn't. Like I just put it in my business.
All right. Well, so you did that right. What's one thing that you did wrong, or biggest mistake, or glaring failure? I know we all have a bunch of them, but this just kind of humbles all those YouTube fancy people, right? So, Mr. Fancy YouTuber here, what's the one thing you did wrong that you wish we did differently all over again?
Yeah. Well, I kind of have like maybe 2 parts, right? I think I didn't find what kind of property that made us the most money and like I like to service.
Okay.
We were kind of servicing everything and kind of taking on all the work, which in the beginning sometimes you just have to do that.
Sure.
Because you have to get money rolling in. But once we had a good client base, I still didn't I still was just taking on the yards that I didn't want to take on just to take the yards on.
Okay.
And I know that's like tongue filled, but like let's take a hilly yard that has a small fence.
Sure.
Is my nightmare with a bunch of trees in the back.
Yep.
But just to get another yard, I was taking it on.
Sure.
Where I should have just said no.
Okay.
Like I loved the video with Keith and Stan Genetic.
Yep.
Where Stan's like, the best thing I learned was the word no. I think that's really big. The other little, it's kind of the same, is I was taking on a ton of different services.
Okay.
Which I think it's good to kind of test the waters and see what makes you money and see what you like to do.
Sure.
But I think I spent too much time testing out.
Okay.
You know, where I should have just focused and said, I love wide open, a little bit bigger properties.
Sure.
I know what to charge, I know I'm making money, and I should have stuck and just ran with that.
That's your wheelhouse.
Yep.
Okay, that's really, really good. This is good stuff, man.
I don't like fenced-in yards. So I should have just stuck my guns.
Yeah, if you have the option to not do those gated backyards, or I had 120 customers at one point. I had 6 gated backyards, and they just drove me nuts. And I said, it's easier to cancel those 6 and go get 6 new wide open customers. I mean, they just literally physically made me frustrated and mad.
Yeah.
And I got rid of that, and the following week or month or whatever I did, it was a couple years back, it was the most happy week I've ever had of cutting grass.
Yeah.
You know, so you got to figure out what that looks like for you and different scenarios and whatnot. But I totally agree.
Yeah, like learn that it's okay to cut off a route or cut off a yard or tell Susie, I love you, Susie, but it's just not working out.
It's not you, it's me. Yeah. That's good stuff right there. Where can people find you? Really great stuff. I love what you said. Where can people find you on social media?
Yeah, B&B Lawn Care on YouTube, at BB Lawn Care KC on Instagram, TikTok. in the B&B Lawn Care podcast.
All right, brother. Well, guys, we got a playlist that we're putting together here. We're down here at the 2022 Green Industry Hype House, brought to you by Almond Landscape and the Hardscape Academy, and then LAWNTREPRENEUR Academy and Brands All Maintenance. We super appreciate you guys watching. If you enjoyed this video, big thumbs up. We appreciate the support. And then whether it's over here or over here, we're gonna have a little card for the playlist for the rest of the other interviews that we got for all the other folks down here at the Hype House. Get to hear what everybody else has to say. All right, guys. Over and out. We'll catch up with you here on the next one.